Good evening, morning, and afternoon to all attendees and speakers at the APEC-Canada Growing Business Partnership Capstone Conference. What a great 2 days it has been. Learning from the policy recommendations on micro, small, and medium enterprises from policymakers, researchers, and business owners themselves. I would like to congratulate the APEC-Canada Growing Business Partnership team for hosting the successful conference and the project since 2016. Thank you to Justin Kwan, Program Manager of the Partnership, Phoebe Ferrer, Project Specialist, and Camille Point, Communications and Social Media Specialist. Thank you also to Mandy Ng, Events Coordinator, Rosie Balderson, Program Manager of Grants and Proposals, and Julia Nguyen, Project Coordinator, for their work and assistance in delivering effective programming and research on business enterprises in the APEC region. To conclude our Capstone Conference, I am delighted to welcome our distinguished closing keynote speaker, Ms. Norleila Suhaili, the chair of the APEC Small and Medium Enterprises Working Group.
Mr. Stewart Beck, President and Chief Executive Officer of Asia Pacific Foundation of Canada, esteemed speakers, policymakers, entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen, greetings from Brunei Darussalam. First and foremost, I would like to express my greatest appreciation to the Asia Pacific Foundation of Canada for inviting me to deliver my remarks at the closing session of this APEC-Canada Growing Business Partnership Capstone Conference. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate Asia Pacific Foundation of Canada for successfully organizing this two-day conference. I trust the experience has been extremely valuable and useful in advancing the MSME development agenda in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, as I gleaned insights from the implementation of the APEC-Canada Growing Business Partnership, and as the ripple effects of COVID-19 pandemic have turned our MSMEs upside down, it has become more evident that there is a crucial and urgent need to provide an ecosystem that truly enables and supports the sustainable recovery of our MSMEs amidst and beyond this unprecedented crisis. The implementation of this partnership is indeed timely and should be applauded. In this brief intervention, I would like to cover three key points. First, the relation between the partnership and the work done in APEC. Second, the priorities of the SMEWG Strategic Plan 2021-2024. And third, the work ahead amidst COVID-19 pandemic. First, as it has been mentioned in this event, MSMEs in the APEC region are crucial to the socio-economic development of our economies, and the current pandemic has hit hard on them. In order to build back stronger, special attention must be brought to the vulnerable groups that have particularly been affected, including our women and young entrepreneurs. In last October, APEC ministers in charge of SMEs recognized the economic and social impact the pandemic has had on women and women-owned MSMEs. This clearly indicates that our policies need to be comprehensive to ensure that all sectors of society can recover and benefit from the economy and become more resilient. The collaborative effort of this APEC-Canada Growing Business Partnership demonstrates another milestone that has enabled us to work toward a common goal and shared purpose, bring people together from different backgrounds, learn from each other, and achieve results that benefit each and every stakeholder in it. This is what APEC is all about. It brings the region and its people closer together and work towards supporting each other and building a dynamic and harmonious community through concrete results and tangible benefits. The discussions held in the three panels of this conference, Priorities for Inclusive Growth, Gender and Entrepreneurship, and Policies for Inclusive Growth across the APEC region, are more relevant than ever. All of them emphasized on the importance of promoting entrepreneurship and small business development in an inclusive manner. This approach is key for APEC because when we discuss digitalization, access to finance, cross-border commerce, or resilience, we do not talk about these topics in the abstract. We are talking about specific people looking for opportunities to start or develop their small businesses in our economies and, where possible, beyond them. We are talking about young entrepreneurs women, and traditionally disadvantaged communities that require different strategies to thrive. As policymakers in this context, it is our work to create an ecosystem that not only allows successful businesses, but one that also facilitates and encourages them in all sectors of society. As our SME ministers declared, we should intensify cooperation to turn challenges into opportunities by promoting entrepreneurship and small business development in an inclusive manner. This brings me to the second point, which is the SMEWG Strategic Plan 2021-2024. The APEC SMEWG is the main fora where APEC economies exchange information, views, best practices, and policies concerning MSMEs in the region. The renewal of the APEC SMEWG Strategic Plan 2021-2024 took place by taking into consideration not only the current challenges MSMEs must face, but also the declarations and statements issued by APEC leaders, APEC ministers, APEC SME ministers, and other high-level documents. As a result, APEC economies agreed on 5 priority areas, namely entrepreneurship, innovation, and startups, SME access to international markets and global value chains, inclusive capability development towards digitalization, access to finance and alternative financial solutions, and a government-to-business interaction. Each of these priorities has objectives that target and encourage participation of women, young people, and other traditionally disadvantaged communities. This reflects the importance of supporting these sectors in our strategies. Now we are working on making this plan more concrete with indicators and success factors to measure the effectiveness and contributions of our work to the strategic plan. I'm sure that the policy recommendations provided by the Capstone policy paper, which are very much in line with SMEWG priorities, will serve as a useful reference for the implementation of the strategic plan. More so, all the lessons learned from best practices, on-the-ground research, and working with various project stakeholders, including MSMEs and entrepreneurs, will certainly be useful for us to make well-informed decisions. Also, I must highlight that APEC gives high priority to the La Serena roadmap for women and inclusive growth to address the region's most pressing challenges, limiting women's economic empowerment. This roadmap encourages strategies and APEC-wide action and collaboration across fora, including SMEWG and the APEC Business Advisory Council and other relevant stakeholders. Last but not least, I would like to share some ideas about the work ahead. In anticipation that the COVID-19 crisis will continue to affect how we conduct business today, I foresee an important need to accelerate the shift to digital transformation. Our focus should be on enhancing and driving the digitalization agenda further to ensure that our MSMEs can continue to engage in their business activities and participate in the digital economy and trade. In this regard, capacity building is an essential task. MSMEs need to be equipped with digital skills and strategies. With increased electronic commerce, digital payment, and e-marketing, we are now in a much more digital world than a year ago. MSMEs cannot be left behind. APEC economies have been consistently implementing different APEC projects to address these topics. Beyond that, I'm glad to learn that this partnership has organized training sessions and policy workshops that have equipped MSMEs and aspiring entrepreneurs in APEC developing economies with the knowledge and tools required to help them grow their businesses sustainably. In closing, thank you again for this opportunity to speak at your conference. The SMEWG, in championing the development of MSMEs in the region, will continue to stand guided by what we believe is most important to support their development. I look forward to seeing more fruitful and effective cross-border collaborations and closer engagements with the private sector, as well as our development partners, including the APEC-Canada Growing Business Partnership. I also look forward to joining hands in areas that will contribute to New Zealand's APEC 2021 priorities and the long-term work towards achieving APEC Putrajaya Vision 2040. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Norlela, and indeed, thanks to all of our speakers, distinguished guests, and for your participation in our Capstone Conference, and especially for your original discussions that were really, truly remarkable. Before we close our conference today, I would like to once again acknowledge and thank the Government of Canada for funding the APEC-Canada Growing Business Partnership. This has been a very productive conference at a critical time for sustainable and inclusive growth. And we look forward to advancing the outcomes of this meeting through future programming. We hope that there will be a clear and measurable impact on business engagement in the years to come. COVID-19 may have disrupted global trade and business engagement, but with a multi-stakeholder conversation such as this one, we can equip our economies to build back stronger and better than before. Wherever you are in the world, good night, good day, and thank you again for joining us today. Bonne journée, bonne soirée, et merci à tous et à toutes de nous rejoindre aujourd'hui.